6 months after my death, Liam called me. He cursed me for being unreasonable, ungrateful, and accused me of cheating. Everyone advised me to initiate the divorce and even spoke up for the other woman, urging me to let them be together. Don't you all know? Our classmate Nora died in that accident. Crash. The glass in Liam's hand slipped and shattered on the floor, spilling red wine everywhere. At a reunion, a college classmate revealed that I had died in a plane crash. Liam went mad, but I just laughed. I came from a well-off family and was a firm believer in staying single. Having children was the furthest thing from my mind. But when a rival company dealt a severe blow to our family business, I had no choice but to become a sacrificial lamb in a business marriage. Watching my father's hair turn increasingly gray, seeing the sudden wrinkles covering my mother's face, and witnessing my sister tirelessly drinking and negotiating business deals day and night, I finally nodded in agreement. A once staunch single was about to be forced into marriage. The marriage partner had been pre-selected by my parents. He was the new CEO of Anderson Group. In the past, Anderson Group wouldn't have been considered a match for us, but now that my family had fallen on hard times, a partnership with the Andersons could revitalize our family business. I met the new female CEO of Anderson Group once before the wedding. It was then that I discovered she was actually Liam, a classmate from my university department. Apparently, after his mother passed away years ago, his father had also recently died, leaving him to take over the entire group. Liam seemed to have known beforehand that I was his intended partner. He smiled at me, and the first thing he said was, "I've secretly liked you since university." Because of this statement, I felt a little less resistant to this arranged marriage. Our wedding was incredibly grand, mostly funded by Anderson Group. Even the house and car we lived in were bought by Liam, who even made sure to add my name to the property deed. "This will be our little home from now on," he said, holding my hand with a face full of happiness. Soon after our marriage, with Anderson Group's help, our family business quickly revived. The two large enterprises complemented each other, developing even better than before. My life with Liam was also very happy. He told me not to worry about business matters and to focus on developing my hobbies. With him at the helm, I felt at ease and tried to enjoy life. Although I wasn't used to it at first, I gradually adapted. This lifestyle continued for 6 years. Just when I thought the rest of our days would pass by peacefully like this, Stella returned to the country. I didn't know who Stella was, but I had heard Liam's friends mention her at previous gatherings. They said Stella was beautiful and smart, and had studied at a prestigious university abroad. At the time, I was sipping red wine on the side, listening to them reminisce about the past, finding it quite interesting, until they started wondering if Stella had found a boyfriend yet, saying she might even be married by now. Liam suddenly spoke up to stop them. The others immediately changed the subject, as if those words had never been spoken. That was the first time I felt something was off. From what I knew of Liam, he was definitely angry just then. Even though his face remained expressionless, I could hear the anger in his voice. He was furious. Was it because he didn't like the topic, or because he didn't like the main character in this topic? I didn't pay much attention at the time, but today I finally understood why Liam was so angry then. It was because he couldn't bear to hear that Stella might be married. Starting last month, Liam began to come home less frequently. At first, he would return home very late at night. Then it progressed to not seeing him for 4 or 5 days at a time. This time, he hadn't been home for a whole week. Every time I called, it would take a long time for him to answer. Sometimes, the call would be directly hung up or go unanswered. Initially, I still believed he was working overtime, but with the same excuse repeatedly, even a fool wouldn't believe it anymore. Finally, today, I couldn't stand it and secretly went to his company. Sure enough, he wasn't there. Then I called his secretary, who hesitantly gave me the name of a couple's restaurant. I had a bad feeling about this. In the end, I saw Liam and Stella intimately embracing each other at the hotel. They were holding hands, snuggling close and whispering to each other. I walked directly towards them, but I froze when I saw that face that could easily be mistaken for mine. I also ignored Liam's momentary panic and embarrassment upon seeing me. After what seemed like an eternity, Stella walked towards me with a smile. She extended her hand and said, "You must be Nora. Thank you for taking care of Liam for me all these years." That night, I still brought Liam home. We were silent the entire way. After entering, I first asked the housekeeper to rest, then sat with Liam on opposite sofas. The man who once loved to stick close to me now clearly didn't want to be near me. Why is that? Maybe because I'm just a substitute, a stand-in for Stella. Perhaps because I had caught him red-handed. Liam didn't try to hide anything and directly proposed divorce. "You don't need to worry about the company. I'll set up a fund and give you $20,000 every month." But I just kept looking at him without saying a word. Liam kept checking the time, not noticing my gaze. Right. He had promised Stella earlier that he would definitely go back to accompany her tonight. He finally couldn't wait any longer. "Nora, just tell me what you want. I'll fulfill whatever I can. I just hope you can let me be with Stella. She's finally back after so long. I can't bear to lose her again. I was stunned. What did he take me for? How could he treat me like this? In the end, I couldn't bring myself to say these words out loud. Forcing myself to stay calm, I asked, I just want to ask one thing. Did you only agree to marry me because I look like her? Liam glanced at me. Yes. So when we first met, and you said you had liked me since university, that was a lie too? I clenched my fists. Liam neither confirmed nor denied it. I did notice you in university, so he had only noticed me. Of course, suddenly seeing someone who looked so much like the person you love, anyone would take a second look. So everything, all of it, was fake. The happy life we had, it was all just him projecting his longing for Stella onto my face. Humiliation, anger. At that moment, my heart was filled with a mix of emotions. I left. Before dawn the next day, I moved to a small house I had bought on a whim in the suburbs 2 years ago. This was a place only I knew about. Liam didn't know, so he wouldn't come to bother me. I blocked all his contact methods, and anyone related to him was also blocked. I won't divorce him, at least not now. Not because I still can't let go of him, but because I don't want Stella to move into the house and replace me so quickly. I don't want them to become a couple so soon.